Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com. On today's episode, we speak to a woman named Ruth who met a man named Juhan on the dating app Zoosk. The two formed an online relationship and even planned to get married at one point. Ruth was in love with Juhan and sent him hundreds of thousands of dollars to help him fund a project for him on an oil rig. Ruth will break down her story of how she was duped out of her 401k, life savings, and several personal loans. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
Hello, Social Catfish. I am from California. My name is Ruth. And I have 3 kids. I work as a nurse. I had met a person. His name was Jihan Edvard. I had signed into a dating app. He reached out to me and he said, Hi, how are you? My name is Jihan. I loved him so much. I was so in love with this person.
That message sparked the whole relationship between the two. Jahan was a handsome man and presented himself as a gentleman.
Tall guy, probably 6 foot, and he had a beard, full facial beard. His hair was cut, short. He started telling me that he was in engineering, that he worked out there in the ocean, changing pipes and all of that. The beginning, we did talk almost every day, but I was working 3 to 11 shift. So every time I get home, maybe around 12 o'clock at midnight, and then I would get into my laptop and then start talking to him or texting every day. Early in the morning, he will always text me, Hi, how are you? Good morning. And then he started telling me, Hi, honey. And sometimes he was telling me how is my queen? And then 2 to 3 weeks, he started saying that I was his wife, that I was his queen, all those things he started saying. And he said he was a rich person, so he was very wealthy. His dad was also an engineering. When he died, he left money towards him. 1 week before he had left to Alaska, he said he was gonna go and work there. He couldn't use no cameras, take pictures or videos. So according to him, he hadn't signed a contract about that. He needed to pay some parts. He went ahead and told me to go ahead and get into his account. He kind of walked me through getting into his bank account. When I first opened his account, he had 6 digit, I had never seen all that money like that. Yeah, I was able to get in. He told me, we need to pay now for the taxes for them to transfer the materials. The person from the materials that was representing the company, she had sent me the email, all the information, where to send it. Her name was Alice Soy. After I sent him he was happy about it, and he says, you are my wife, you are my queen, thank you very much, I love you so much. He told me to get back into his account, and then his account locked, and I felt bad about it. And then he's like, now what am I gonna do? This is the only account I have. I don't have another account. This is the only one. And he started reaching out towards the bank and telling him that his account was locked, if there was a way that they could unlock it. And then they told him no, he needed to go to London and unlock his account. He was telling me because of the contract that he did, he cannot leave the site. He needed to stay there to finish the job, and no matter what, he couldn't do anything to leave the place. So then that's the time where everything started, the nightmare. It was around 80,000. I told them, family, talk to your family. You must have probably cousins, family from your mom, family from your dad. I'm pretty sure you have family around. And he's like, no, I'm all alone. I don't have any family. He says, well, if my mom would be alive, she would be the one, doing the transfer for me. But since she's not around anymore, I don't have anyone anymore, to help me out. I thought about this person that he was honest to me and he was telling me the truth, of all the situation that was going on. He says, trust me, believe on me. I am being true. I am not a liar. Why would I lie to you? I love you so much. All those nice things, that a woman will fall for. So I offer myself, it's like, okay, I can kind of help you with this amount. I had like savings, I had my 401k, which, I had sent. We did the transfer. Meanwhile, during that, I had sent, money, extra money that I had here in my account. Usually I was sending him like sometimes $5,000, $3,000, 2,000, whichever I had, with me. It was confirmed the money from Alice, the representative. They said they had sent the ship and was coming over towards Alaska. The ship was held and they said they needed to check the ship, and then because of it was so long the cargo was on the ship, they needed to pay a certain amount of taxes. So I was saying, well, this is all I had, I don't have any more money. I send you my 401k. There's no way I can send you any more money. I don't have any. He started manipulating me. He started telling me this, like, how can you just leave me here all by myself? You are very selfish. I can't believe that you, my wife, is leaving me here alone, which I already had felt bad about it because I felt it was my fault, or I thought it was my fault that, he was left there, like trapped in that rig. I got a second job and I was working and I help out paying those taxes. That was a lot of hours. Many hours, from one job I will, come home, and then on my days off I will work on my other job. It was approximately like 100. No, it was like 96, somewhere around 96,000 that needed to be paid. And he was calling me every day. He's like, how are you? How is everything? He was just telling me that he was just feeling terrible, that he wasn't doing too good, that he was getting sick out there. It was a lot of money. I even lost count of all the money that I did send. I lost count. And I even got two loans that I had sent towards him.
After working 2 jobs and taking out multiple loans, Ruth had finally reached the $96,000 in taxes. It took her months to get all the money together. She transferred the last bit to Jahan's bank account, but there was another problem.
And then after that, it's like, okay, so finally, you already have everything set up and, it's done. So, finish with your job and then come back home and, we get to meet. And then later after, like a week after, he tells me, oh, I went underneath like the sea to check the tubes, the material and everything, like all around it, and then it was bad news that it was coming. It was getting crusted around the areas, that needed to be fixed, that he couldn't leave those there like that. And I'm like, oh no, no more, this is it. And then I started telling him, no, 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 I'm not doing this. This is more like a scammer to me. And it's like, no. I spoke to him last time was around probably January. Once this happens, we'll get married and then, you don't need to work anymore. The situation that I didn't want to help him anymore, that he's feeling very bad, that he even had a stroke, things like that.
Ruth was involved in a very common type of romance scam. The scammer used this website to gain her trust. They always claim that they can't log into their bank accounts because of some connection problem. This is to get the victim to see the fake money in their fake account. Ruth logged into this bank account and she saw a large amount of money. This brought legitimacy to him being a successful person, and she felt comfortable with lending him money. The site, it was fake. The money she saw was just numbers on a screen. Our team decided to look for closure for Ruth. We used the tools on our website to find the true identity of this mysterious man in these images, and you can too. If you're looking to find the identity of your online lover, you can start with the tools on our site, socialcatfish.com. You can click this YouTube card or click the link in our bio. Just hitting like, comment, and subscribe helps us build more tools out for you to use in the future. So Ruth, we have a few things that we wanted to run through with you that Brianne was able to find. And also we had just a few more questions for you. How are you able to pick yourself up and move past all of this money that you've sent to this person?
I was feeling terrible at the beginning. It's like I was thinking of the worst. Start concentrating on working more extra days and putting more time towards my family. So that's how I've been able to cope with the situation. Sometimes I did feel like doing the worst, like hurting myself and stuff like that. But after that, I'm like, no, it's not worth it. And then once I started seeing more and more and more videos of, all the situations, it started kind of making me like saying, okay, I'm not the only one, that is going through this. But yeah, a lot of my folks, my family, my friends, no one knows about it. So,
given the circumstances with money being involved, you had given money in different ways. One of them being through gift cards. When gift cards are involved and they're sent, there's actually no way to retrieve any of that money, only because there's no personal information attached to the gift card. So there's no way to trace that money. So any money given through gift card, unfortunately, there is no way to retrieve any of those funds that were lost. The bank transfers, there may be something that can be done with that, just in the fact that you had sent money from one bank account to another bank account, that can be traced. And so I do believe there may be something that your bank can do as far as retrieving possibly some or all of those funds. We do highly suggest that you reach out to your bank and file a fraud report with them as soon as possible.
Okay.
And all those bank accounts that you had opened up for him from all those different banks, did you end up closing all of those?
Yes, all the rest of the accounts are closed. I don't remember about my account if I closed it. Like my no, individual account. I don't know if I did close it, the personal one.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't close it, but I don't know if I had changed it during that time.
We ran a reverse image search on the guy, and Brianne is able to tell you a few things that she found.
We linked him back to a website where he is a bartender at this restaurant, and he's seen hosting an event there at the restaurant for the Chamber of Commerce for the state of Florida.
What was your dating life like before you met this guy?
I had been divorced like for 2 years approximately, but separated like 3. And after I got separated, then I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and try this, because my daughter was saying, oh, you should try an app, they have like datings and stuff like that. So I try, and this is what happened.
Where are you at with telling your family?
My daughter knows about it, her husband, my son, my little son, he's 12 right now, So he kind of knows about stuff, that's has going on. But other than that, no one else knows. My parents don't know. I kind of sort of like talk to my mom about it because every time she would be asking, when is he coming? And when is he coming? Because I would talk to her about it. And I'm like, well, he's still working out there, and he said he'll be coming soon, but nothing, will happened. And she will all the time keep on asking me. But after that, I just says, no, but she doesn't know much about it.
What's keeping you from telling her?
I don't know. I just feel like sad about the situation and bad about myself. It's like, how could I got involved into this situation? And I just feel bad about it because mainly I'm like the strongest person like in the family. People saying like, how could you let yourself, happen? And I'm just avoiding, criticism, stuff like that.
And Ruth, now that you've been through this, do you feel like you're more equipped to online date, or are you just gonna completely stop online dating altogether?
Stopping all that, I'm just put myself in a mind like, okay, I'm just gonna work, and then take care of my family, take care of business, do everything that I just need, to do to just kind of stay away from, all this online dating, and never again we'll go back into online dating.
Well, there's gonna be thousands of people that are in your same situation. What advice would you give someone about coping with being romance scammed?
Just to be very, very careful about, who they talk to, and just, taking more care of myself, and then not, thinking about all the other situations that had happened in the past. And I'm just trying to concentrate more into my family and to my job.
We also want to both say thank you to you for your time and for sharing your story with us and our viewers.
Thank you very much. Thank you for hearing me.
Thanks for watching another episode of Scamfish presented by SocialCatfish.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.
Scams come in so many different forms. If you have been a victim of any of the scams below, please email us at sharemystory@socialcatfish.com. We'll get to the bottom of it with help from our Social Catfish team. By sharing your story with our YouTube audience, we can educate, spread awareness, and maybe someday we can put an end to these scams.